Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Ripples on Road, and I hope you all are keeping good. Namaste everyone, and today I wanted to show you one more passion which I was passionate from my age of, I think I was 10 years old, and that's now this passion I have not seen any child who does this, because not only that they don't know about that, secondly they don't get these things now. So that's the reason. There are two reasons for that. I won't blame the children, but the circumstances have changed, that we have the technology, we have the WhatsApp, we have telephone, we have the mobiles, we have the computer and everything. So that's the reason this hobby is going on fading, and I would say no one is interested in this hobby, and many people, they don't know about that. So friends, let me show you what it is here. So friends, this is what I wanted to show you. So what is this? Let me show you here. See the beauty of this. And this is what I wanted to show you. This is all stamp albums. And let me tell you, you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these stamp albums were gifted by my father. So this was, I think my father brought it in 1978, between 75 and 78. Because when I was a young boy, I was running around, in front of my house, and there was a big ground in front of our house. And as I was playing over there, I came across a stamp, and let me show you the stamp here. So this is the stamp which I came across, and there I started dreaming about collecting the stamp. So friends, this is the stamp here, this one. So let me remove it and show you. So this is the way you have to remove it. You should not touch the, sorry. So let me remove for you and show you. So friends, you should not touch a stamp. You should just hold it with this, a clipper. And so this is the stamp, you can see. So here what you see is that the stamp was printed in 1970, and this was the new UPA headquarters. And this stamp was printed, as it shows, in 1970. That means that I collected this only after 1970. I was born in 1962. Just you can count that I was just 8 or maybe 10 years old when I got this first stamp lying on the ground. I took it home. I kept it in my pocket. I took it home, and I started, searching what is this. So it was such a beautiful place. They showed it. The drawing was so beautiful, and I said, no, this is something very interesting. I took a notebook, and I'll show you how I did it. So after getting the stamp, what I did, I took a notebook, because every child has a notebook. We go to school, so we had a notebook. So what I did, I kept it I'll show you how I did it. So I took this and I kept it in the notebook, and I closed it. And what I did after that is that I used to go to every neighbor, and I used to ask them whether, do you have any stamps, any letter which you have received. So they used to help me, and I used to take the stamps, and I go on keeping in the notebook. And like that, my father saw that this boy is interested in this hobby, and this hobby is known as philately. So let me keep the book aside, and let me replace the stamp where it was. So I started collecting, and my father, he is very instrumental in many things what I am doing today. And what he did is that he bought for me, let me place this first. So what he did is that he bought for me some stamp albums. That is, I think in 1975. So what you see here are all the stamps album which are that old, that is from 1975. So let me show you few of them. So what my father did is that he was working in Gulf country. So whenever he used to come back home, he used to get some stamp albums for me, and these are the stamp albums which he bought for this stamp albums. I think he brought in the year 1975. No, the first album, that is this two. Let me show you this two first. So let me keep this aside. Grateful to my father because he was instrumental in helping me. Not only he bought the stamp albums, he used to collect stamps abroad, because in India very few people used to send foreign stamps, or you used to very few used to get foreign letters. But there are few people I would like to name them, and they were instrumental in helping me to get these stamps. So first is my father, and I am so really grateful to him. Now friends, before naming others, let me tell you what you need for having a stamp collection. So you need a stamp album. Even if you don't have, you can just place it in the notebook. Then you need a clipper, that is to hold the stamps, because you should not touch it with your bare hands. There is the reasons for that, which I'll be letting you know. Then you require a good pencil, and if also just to write the year and some details about the stamps. So that's all what you need. So let me show you the first stamp album. So let me keep all this aside. So let me show you the first album. So this is the first album, so beautiful. See the bird and the and how they have done it. So I have mentioned it, album number 1. This goes alphabetically. So Australia. You can see some of the stamps are very old. This has shifted a little bit, so let me place it in its place. Yeah. So you can see this stamp is from Australia, and this was printed in 1924. This was in 1926. So these are very old stamps. I don't remember how I collected these few stamps, which are very old, but I feel a lady from New Zealand. I met her in Shimla, and her name is McFrain. Yeah. I can recollect her name, and that was in 1989, where I met her in Shimla, and she, used to send some stamps for me. So these are some of very old. You can see 1920. This stamp is printed in Australia in 1920. This also 1920. So these are some of the very few stamps from Australia. So these are all alphabetically. You can see here beautiful stamps from Australia. And then the second one is Ajman. There's only one stamp here. That also has shifted from its place. So what happens, because it's very old, this gets, it comes out from its place. Then Bangladesh. You can see beautiful, our neighbor Bangladesh. They have also beautiful stamps over here. And the oldest one, I think it is 1973. Then comes... these are all Bangladesh. So then comes Belgium. You can see this some of the very old stamps, 1951. And then Burma, which is known as Myanmar now. So these are the few stamps over here. Then Botswana. So beautiful stamps. Botswana has a beautiful stamps, you can see. Anyone living in Botswana, you will be proud of these stamps because they are so beautiful. And our beautiful neighbor Bhutan, I have very few stamps. So if at all, my friends, if you are abroad, if you would love to share your stamps with me, you can just send a message or text me, and I will surely respond to you. This is Bahrain. They also have beautiful stamps. They are king here. So Bahrain, Brazil, I have only one stamp. Very sorry, Brazil. Brunei is the richest country. That's the king over there. They have a lot of oil. And what happens when you collect the stamps? You try to learn the history, geography of the place, and why this stamp was printed. And this is a beautiful Cyprus, and this is Canada. And let me show you something important in this. Can you see this stamp over here? So this stamp has a painting. Actually, this stamp has a painting. Let me try to zoom it. Yes. So this stamp has a painting, and this painting is done by Anita Kuz. Anita Kuz is a well-known artist in Canada, and she had come to me as a tourist, she wanted to visit Mumbai, and she asked me to show our city around. So I took her around, and she was so happy that what she did is not only she sent me the stamp, she autographed it on a envelope, and she sent me. The envelope is with me, and she's a highly renowned artist all over the world. She does caricatures for Times and other very famous magazines. And if you type Anita Kuz, you will know her. And ma'am, if you are watching this, I am sure you will be proud of this. So these are the Canadian stamps over here. So every stamp has some history or geography or something about that. This is Taiwan, our beautiful country. See the art or work, what they do over there. This the Taiwanese art, and this is how. These are some of the musical instruments over here. You can see this. So these are something which we learn about the different musical instruments, the artwork, the history, the geography, everything. Even the animals, the birds, the butterflies. You can see this butterfly over here. This so you learn many more things here. And this is all Taiwan. Then the next one is Congo. Congo, I have a very old stamp, 1915. So this is something very rare which I got it. Then Ceylon, earlier it was known as Ceylon, now it's known as Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, our beautiful neighbors. So this, they have the beautiful flowers over there, and not only flowers, they have beautiful butterflies and birds over there. You can see here bird over there, and you can see some butterflies here. So you learn a lot of things from this stamp collection. So children, if you are interested, please let me know. I will guide you all. And Denmark, then comes Egypt. You can see here the Egyptian pyramids here, and other things. So this is Egypt, Ireland. And what they, in their own language, like India, we call Bharat or Hindustan or all, in different names. Like the Spain, it's called España. So these are the stamps. Ethiopia, beautiful country. And because they are good in sports, athletics. So here they are. You can see they have some stamps. Ethiopia, they have good runners over there. And Fiji Island, let me tell you, there are a lot of Indians over there, friends. Lot of Indians. Mostly they are Gujaratis over there. So these are the Fiji Islands. And how this stamp was collected? This stamp was collected because I had a friend when I was in Gujarat. I studied in Ahmedabad. I had a friend, his name was Patel, and he was born in Fiji Islands. So what he did, he shared some of his Fiji stamps with me those days. I am thankful to Patel. I don't know where he is now, because those days we didn't have mobile, so we didn't have a contact number or anything. So, but he used to live in Ahmedabad. This is France here. Ghana. So friends, if you are from Ghana, beautiful stamps. Then Switzerland. It's known as Helvetia. So beautiful stamps from Helvetia. Friends from Switzerland, if you would like to share your stamps, let me know, please. And then I know I mentioned the country on the last page, and how much it is worth as of today. So this is the first album. Second album comes here. Friends, if you are interested, just go through, as I am going through, I cannot fast forward this because this is something very interesting. So Greece, It's known as Hellas. Then you have Hong Kong. See here, you learn how they dress up, how they have the traditional dress here. So beautiful. So the men here, and then the Hong Kong, a beautiful small country. Have many stamps from Hong Kong, and this stamps from Hong Kong. And sorry, I have not printed here. That's Hungary here. You can see Hungary here. There are only 4 stamps from Hungary. Germany. It's a beautiful country, especially printing. So friends, now I tell you about history and all that. The printing started, the first printing press and all the printing machinery, they come from Germany, because Germany is too advanced in printing. So the stamp printing also, the machines usually they may be from Germany, because Germany was very advanced even today in printing technology. I think Heidelberg is the place where they they have the printing machines manufactured. So these are all. Then comes Indonesia here. Indonesia also has a beautiful stamps. They have beautiful flower stamps over here. Then comes Iran, the Shah of Iran here. It's a beautiful country. Iraq. This also they have a beautiful stamp. I don't have a stamp of Saddam Hussein. That's very sad. But okay. Italy, famous for its sculptures and artists over there. Jamaica, friends from Jamaica, if you are there, can you send some stamps to me? I have only one of them. That also, it was in 1983, yes. Then comes Jordan, a beautiful country, devastated because of some civil war. Here, their children here. South Korea. Oh, one stamp from North Korea. That's beautiful. Okay, I have a stamp from North Korea. So, very interesting, because very difficult to find a stamp from North Korea. Then Kenya, beautiful. See, the Kenyan runners, they are very famous, and most of the Olympic medals and the world records are kept by Kenyans, and I'm so proud of them. When I see them running, I'm very happy. And then you can see some beautiful butterflies over here and some animals here. There are many animals here, then corals and other things over here, shells, beautiful birds. So my friends who are interested in birds, and you can see this, and you can I have their names over here. There's a kingfisher here. So there's a kingfisher. I know that much. That then there's a eagle here, and this is a flycatcher. So you can see some beautiful beautiful hornbills here. Yes, and ibis. So this is ibis over here. So these are the small country, and Kuwait, one of the smallest and the richest country in the world. So that's the king. Let me keep it in a proper way, because this albums become so old that now it has lost the elasticity of this tapes. So this is Kuwait, Lebanon. So friends, you want to see whether your country is here, wait till the end. If your country is there, if your country is not there, please send me some stamps. That I can just request you all. So Libya, beautiful country. And you can see Gaddafi here. Sorry, you can see Gaddafi here. Yes, here he is. Mexico, friends, only two of them. Mozambique, only 3 of them. The oldest 1979. All 3 are from 1979. Mauritius, a beautiful country which has a lot of Indians over there. They were famous for sugarcane cultivation and coffee plantation. So this is how you know the history of this place, and beautiful for tourism. They are very good in tourism. And then Malta. Malta also is a small country, and they're also very good for in tourism. A beautiful artwork here. Malaysia, a beautiful, very neat and clean country. And I have a lot of friends from Malaysia. So friends from Malaysia, if you're watching this, I am very happy to show you your stamps over here. Mauritania. Mauritania is let me thank my uncle who had been to Mauritania. He lived there for some days, and his name is CP Francis, and he was there, and he sent me some letters, and that way I could get this stamps from him. So that shows that he was in 1988, 1991 over there. He's no more, sorry, but I think auntie will be proud about that, and their children. So Litty and Francis both will be very proud of their father that he sent me these 2 stamps. Then Morocco and Malawi. Malawi is a small country. So that's also in Africa, in the Central Africa. Then comes New Zealand. So here this my friend who I met in 1989, McFrain, and her name, full name is Mary McFrain. Mary McFrain, if you're watching this YouTube channel, I don't know where you are, I couldn't get your number or anything. If you're watching this YouTube channel, this is the stamps you had sent me a few years back, and I have placed it in a proper way, and you must be proud of that, I have kept it still, I have kept my stamps in a proper way. So these are the stamps. So this ends the second album. Let me go to the third album. So let me keep this aside. So I'm going to the third album here. You can see album number 3. So New Zealand still continued here. Netherlands or Holland or Dutch. So I am very happy. Now I'm working for their company, for a Dutch company called With Locals. And many of my friends who have come and visited India have hired me as their host and as a guide. Nepal, a beautiful country. I had been there to Nepal, I think in 1988. Yeah, it's a beautiful country. Nigeria, also a beautiful country. And this stamps I got because I worked for Bank of India, and we had a bank in Nigeria. It's called Allied Bank of Nigeria. That way I got this stamp. Then Norway. So friends from Norway, you must be proud of this. And recently I had a guest who visited Mumbai, and they loved our city, and they were from Norway. Japan. So Japan, I loved Japan stamps because they have beautiful stamps, and sometimes I take some of this for my painting and drawing. I get an inspiration to do something from these stamps. They have beautiful stamps. Oman also is a small country. Then this is the Oman. So friends from Oman, if you're watching this, it's a beautiful stamps. And these are called Cinderella stamps. They are written Oman, but I don't think they are from Oman. Then Panama, a small country in between North and South America, and this is where the Panama Canal goes. So I don't have Panama Canal. No, I don't have it. So if friends, you have a stamp of Panama Canal, please send me. Philippines is also a beautiful country. And Poland. So Poland also, I have very few. So my friend from Poland, Evelina, Dr. Evelina, if you're watching this, she works for a university in Lubin, Marie Curie, and if I pronounce it right, so she works for that university, and she comes to she goes to different countries, and especially she comes to India to enroll children to that university, and that university is one of the famous and the biggest university in Poland. So if at all friends, you want to send your children to this university, I have a friend over there, and she's too good, and she's very loving, and not only very friendly, and she will surely guide children who want to get enrolled to this university. So I'm just advertising her university because that's good for our children here. Pakistan, one of the neighbors of India. And this stamps, I got it because those days we had some trade relations with India, and I had got these stamps, not only I and my father also got few of them. So 1961, this is before I was born. You can see here 1961. So some of the very old stamps here. Then Qatar. So these are their stamps. And so here goes Qatar, and this is the third one. So let me keep it aside. And now the fourth one, Russia. So I'm very sorry, there's a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. I'm very sorry, many innocents are getting killed. So I know I cannot comment much on this, but I'm very sad that some people have gone crazy and they just attack the different countries, and because of that the innocent poor, the sick, the orphan, the aged, the homeless, they all get they suffer because of someone else's decisions. So I'm very sorry. San Marino is a small country. Then comes Syria. This country also has suffered a lot in and we from our community, we are called the Syrian Christians because we have a link with Syria, and we are called the Martoma Syrian Christians. So I belong to that community, and I go to the church which has some Syrian connections. So here comes Syria, and they also have a beautiful stamps over there. Then Sudan. Sudan also is a very poor country, and I hope they recover from and then Suriname. Suriname have beautiful birds over here, and people who are interested in bird watching, they will be very happy. Then Austria, friends from Austria, if you're watching this, I have few stamps from your country. And South Africa, a very good friend of us, and many of you must be knowing about South Africa because Mahatma Gandhi started his non-cooperation movement and satyagraha in South Africa. So not only that, he was imprisoned in South Africa in Transvaal, and that was his first march, and where he was first imprisoned in South Africa. Then he came back to India and fought for Indian independence, and I am proud of that great man. And I take my tours to Mani Bhavan. Mani Bhavan is a place where Mahatma Gandhi used to live, and that's in the heart of Mumbai. So if any one of you would like to visit that place, it's a beautiful place, and do visit, see beautiful stamps. These were recently sent by my friend who visited me from South Africa. Somalia, also a very small country, a poor country. Saudi Arabia. So they had a trade relation with Gulf countries. So my father could collect and send me these stamps. Sweden. Friends, so one more thing, how I collected few of my stamps. I worked for Bank of India, and I am very thankful to Bank of India because not only I worked for Bank of India, I worked for an international department in Bank of India at the head office, and there we used to get, those days we used to get lot of correspondence through letters and all that, and they used to send it on envelopes. And the first thing in the morning, I go early in the morning, the first thing in the morning as I go there, and there used to be a person who used to get the envelopes opened, but I used to go there, open all the envelopes, remove the stamps and keep it. So that's the way I started collecting. So God has gifted me in a different ways. So that was one of the reason how I reached, I could get this many stamps. So international department, friends from international department, if you're watching this, I'm thankful to all of you, and my bank, Bank of India, thank you very much for recruiting me and posting me to international department. Thank you very much. And here Singapore. Singapore also has a beautiful stamps, a small country. Friends from Singapore who visited me and who are with me. If you're watching this, so this is their collection. Tonga. Tonga is a small country. Beautiful country, beautiful beaches, I will say, and beautiful weather. Trinidad and Tobago, that also is a beautiful country. So this ends the fourth album. So few of them left, friends, but stay with me because this is going to be very interesting. And here comes the fifth album. So these are some of the new albums. Togo. Togo is a small country, and these are their stamps. You can see some children have done some drawing or painting over here, and that looks very beautiful. So, children, if you're watching this, this is an interest for you. If you do some drawings, the government gets it printed on the stamps. I'll show you the Indian stamps where many children have drawn some beautiful artwork. They have done some beautiful artwork. This is Thailand, the king of Thailand over here. Tanzania, it's also a beautiful African country. Then Uganda, a very poor country. You must be knowing of Idi Amin. Friends, if you don't know about Idi Amin, you just go to the Google and scroll about him. You will know more about that. A very horrible thing which he committed in Uganda. USA. So friends from USA, this is your country and this is your stamp. I am very proud of your country. Your country has done so many things, not only for your country but for other countries also. So this is the stamp, Abraham Lincoln here. So you can see, of the people, by the people, for the people. That's an important phrase in the life of everyone, and this is the stamp here. And there are many more things I can tell you. I have a lot of history. I've done a lot of research on the stamps. So I cannot tell you many things on this here, on this day today, because it takes a lot of time. I know. So this is about this stamps over here. So a lot of history. So whenever I get a stamp, suppose if I got a stamp on this bell. So what I do, nowadays I Google it and I try to search what it is, why this stamp was issued and why it's I have in my collection. So that ends the fifth one. A small album it is, so it's over. So let me go to the sixth one. So here's the sixth album. UAE. I am very happy because of this, my father could collect so many stamps and send it to me. And this, I still remember this few stamps here, 1, 2, this 1, 2 and 3 and 4. I still remember this. I used to hold this and watch this stamp because I have not been to Gulf countries. My father used to call me, but I said, no, I love my country. I want to be with my country. And I don't know whether I did the wrong thing or right thing, but now I feel that I should visit different countries. But when I was young, I didn't want to go to any country because I loved my country so much. I wanted to be in my country. But whenever I used to see this bridge over here, and I used to think, wow, what a beautiful country it must be. So these are some stamps and some stories which I am telling you as I've grown up. So I wanted to share all this with you all. So these are the stamps which my father sent me. They're so beautiful. They are so beautiful. United Kingdom. So friends from United Kingdom. So Jolly Gandhi, if you're watching this, and you also helped me in collecting some few of the stamps. Mr. Dev, you had visited India and you loved our country so much, and this is some few of the stamps from your country, and I hope you will love this. And there are a lot many friends from UK, and my very close friend, he is Gomez, Jose Gomez we call him, and he and his wife, they are now in UK. If you're watching this, these are the stamps. I mentioned you because I am very proud of you both. You were also a tourist guide in Dubai, and you shifted your base from Dubai to United Kingdom, and I'm very happy you are happy over there. All the best to you. So these are the stamps from United Kingdom. You can see beautiful stamps, many of them. So many of them have come to me through my friends. So this country, can you spell this country, friends? So this is in very close to Australia, and Sandra is my friend from Australia, Brisbane, and if you are watching, these are the stamps from your country where you were born, and your mother is still there. I hope your mother is keeping good. So she is a very close friend of mine, and her husband Ian Briggs is also very close to me. So they are in Australia. Yemen, a very poor country. And if at all, if friends you are watching from Yemen, if you have more stamps, can you send me a few of them? Zambia. Zambia is also a very beautiful country in Africa. So this ends the series of stamps from all the countries outside India. So you can see Zimbabwe. This also has beautiful stamps. So let me come to my country, India, which I am very proud of. So friends, this is my country, and a beautiful country where people from different religion, from different castes, from different culture, we have so many languages, but they come and when they live peacefully, I am so happy of my country here. And these are some of the stamps. You can see this is Bharatanatyam, the dance, and beautiful. You can see how the ladies, different from different religion and culture, how they dress up themselves here. So, and you can see here also, this is Kathakali, a dance from Kerala. This is Kathak. So friends, these are some of how you learn about our country. And children who are watching this, small youngsters who are watching this, so if you are good in artwork, so this are done by children's on the Children's Day or something like that. So see, can you see conservation of forest? So this a child has drawn this, and like this, when you draw something beautiful, your artwork is the government gets it printed on the stamps. So can you see this also, Children's Day? So this is on the Children's Day, here also on the Children's Day. So children, if you are watching this, you do some artwork. If you are recognized, your painting will be printed on the Indian government will print your paintings. So here Indira Gandhi, the first lady Prime Minister of India, and beautiful animals that we have in India. So we are proud of our elephants, rhinos, bisons. Here are a few more. Your nurses, if you are watching this, so here comes your stamp. So Indian Red Cross Society, they're showing a nurse over there. So volleyball, 10th Asian Games. So these are some of the satellites which we have sent. This is an Indo-Soviet joint venture, and these are some of the satellites. So friends who are working for Air India and who are still working or who have left their job, who have retired, if you are watching this, so this is to commemorate the 25 years of international service, 1948 and 73. There are few more Air India, here there is one more. So you can see this beautiful stamp of Air India, and this is when the Indian Airlines, the inaugural flight of Indian Airlines, Airbus. So this, there are different trains. You can see the centenary of South Eastern Railway. Then this is the Darjeeling, the UNESCO Heritage Railway line over in Darjeeling. So some things you learn from this. And then there are different, this is for the armed forces. This I couldn't get this one because I missed these were 4 of them. If you have a collection of 4 and if it is joint, see, I was not knowing much about stamp collection and its hobby, how it has to be preserved and all that. So I used to tear open if there are 4 stamps together, I used to remove it and place it as individually. That's wrong. See here, this Soviet Union, the 50th anniversary of USSR. Now the USSR, they could no longer be together. So now they are, it's just, now it's called Russia. So now it's not called USSR. That's the reason the fight is going on in Ukraine. So here you can see some tanks here, battle tanks, 16th Light Cavalry. This is a musical instrument from India. our loved Dr. Abdul Kalam. He was our president, and not only he was a great scientist, space scientist, I will say. These are some of the dams which we built after independence. Our country was very poor, and the government did lot of things like building, lot of dams in India, because we were dependent on agriculture, and agriculture was the main source of income for our country. So the first thing what the government did is not only they built the dams, they built irrigation facilities. You must be known, many of you must be knowing the Green Revolution which had happened in Punjab and Haryana, and not only in Punjab and Haryana, we concentrated on Punjab and Haryana, but all over India. And see this one, they defend. So this is dedicated to our army. So people from army, if you're watching, this stamp is dedicated to you, and I'm proud of you all. So these are the stamps from our wildlife. You can see here the Indian tiger, that's our national animal, and the elephant and the deer and all. So these are the great personalities. You can see this is the salt satyagraha. If you want to know more about the salt satyagraha, the Dandi March, you can contact me, and otherwise you can visit Mani Bhavan, which I told you. Our president here. This is a very famous cricketers. So if you are watching this, Ranjit Singh, the famous cricketer, and he has a stamp in his name. Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi. So this ends the first part of Indian stamps, and then this very old stamp albums. Let me tell you, friends, now it's more than 50 years now. See our national bird and peacock. See the beauty of this. And there are some more few personalities. She is, you can see her name is written, Durgabai Deshmukh. She was a freedom fighter, a politician, a lawyer, and she encouraged women. You can see her. She encouraged women to study, and lot many things she did in her life. So if you don't know about them, you can just Google them, and you can see, and you can learn more about their life. And see, these are the traditional. This is from the eastern part of India. So these are some of the stamps where we show how they live and what they wear. These are mostly dedicated to the armed forces. You can see here. So dedicated to the armed forces. Those days, the post used to walk through the forest, and there were wild animals and elephants and all that. But he used to walk, and he used to see that the post, the letters get delivered to the people over there in the remote areas. So these are the beautiful birds over here. Some beautiful Indian birds. These are our Himalaya. So I have segregated it as per the theme. So if it is like buildings, so you can see here architecture, it goes on like this. And this is the stamp which I mentioned you. This is the first stamp which I collected, and I told you the story about that. Yeah, so here, so there are few stamps which are very old one, and there are a few which are new ones. So see 1933. See the beauty of the stamps. These are the small ones. You can see 1941, 1939, 1949. So very old ones. 1932, 1934. I don't know the value of this because I just took some of them and kept it with me. So we are famous for our hockey. So friends who are watching this and who are interested in hockey, football, and you can see this train, beautiful. Those days we had steam engines. You can see here some more stamps over here. I thought, why not today I show you some of my collections. See our Indian Army, Air Force, and some beautiful stamps here. See the stamp. So these are two stamps, but they have a they have been joined over here. So earlier I used to remove it and keep it, but I could understand that if you have these two together, the value increases. And very important, the last stamp which I wanted to show you is one of my oldest stamps, but not very old. But this is, it was printed in 1931. This is the state of Hyderabad. So it is not it belonged to India, but they had a separate stamp, that is the state of Hyderabad. So they printed this stamp, and this is with me in my collection. So this is something very unique, and I don't know what's the price of this. So I hope that this ends the stamp collection. And if at all, friends, in between I had posted in the Facebook that if anyone wants to have a stamp album, I'll give it free. So all my stamps album got exhausted. So these are things which I have with me. And now one of my friends, he just gifted me this album. He had this album with him. His name is Titus Matthew, and I'm thankful to him also because he had this album, and he had kept it, and he decided to gift me. And a few stamps are with me, but most of them are not with me. So I'm thankful to him for gifting me this album. So these are the stamps here. Let me thank him and his family for this kind gesture which he showed to me. So this stamps, I'll be placing it in my regular stamps. So friends, this is how I started collecting my stamp albums, and I think I hope you all loved this, and if at all you loved it, please do share with your friends and families, and especially children, I would say, because this hobby is now, I think it's gone from most of the families. They don't do this. If at all your children are interested in this, I will surely help them. And thank you all who have contributed in this collection, who have helped me, and who have, especially I should thank my father, and really I'm grateful to him. I always remember, whenever I take this collections, I always remember him, and I'm very grateful to him, and I'm very thankful to him. I hope he is in the heaven. He is listening to my words, and he has blessed me a lot. So this is the way I started my collection, and I hope you all loved it. So please do subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Thank you very much. Thank you.